The YouTuber David Wackman, that's what we call him over here on this channel, he is so obsessed with Donald Trump that he's even talking about when he's going to pass away. It's pretty disturbing, actually. Let's take a look at it.
Lindsey Graham at the funeral yesterday. And there's another sort of parallel story to this, which is there's widespread reporting that Donald Trump is privately spiraling about his own death right now. And that the death of Lindsey Graham, who was younger than Trump, almost a decade younger, is making Trump kind of confront the possibility that he could die sooner than later. And according to the Washington Post, Lindsey Graham's death at 71 years of age has really rattled Trump, who's a little older than 80. Lindsey recently traveled to Ukraine, showed no obvious signs of serious illness, and then suddenly died from an aortic dissection, which is like a tear in the main artery of the body, of the heart. And right after this happened, leading up to Lindsey's funeral yesterday, Donald Trump has started asking people around him, could it have been the travel schedule of Lindsey Graham that contributed? Thinking, damn, maybe I need to pare down my travel. He also has reportedly been privately investigating Lindsey Graham's family history, hoping to say to himself, oh, here's like a genetic explanation for what happened, and I can like feel better, safer about my own health. And you can really see the psychological process that's at work here. Trump wants to find a special reason that Lindsey died, which would separate Lindsey Graham from Donald Trump so that Trump would be able to conclude, same thing couldn't possibly happen to me. It was either there was a genetic predisposition, Lindsey Graham traveled too much, he had a unique vulnerability of some kind.
Why is this a topic? Like, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out why you seen this news that you haven't shown, that you've seen this, and you just was like, I got to talk about it. Ooh, guess what I heard? Trump is worried about, that's the type of time you on? David Wackman? This is a guy that does like maybe 3 to 4 videos on Donald Trump a day. And I'm not counting shorts. If I did, it would be probably way more. But he talks about Trump obsessively. I don't care if you talk about him every day, but multiple videos a day? That's you, the Trump network? Okay, the anti-Trump network. Play the nasty song for this guy. That's too much.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
Yeah, David Wackman is obsessed. That's what type of energy he's giving in this moment. He's giving that bear energy. If you watch the movie Obsession. Anyway, I digress. Fam, I just think this is real foul and toxic, nasty, just weird, cringe energy he's given. It's disturbing.
This reality of, listen, an older man can be alive, active, and functional, and then be gone. Like, this happens. Lindsey Graham's case is not totally unique in that sense. And reporting is that Donald Trump has been completely shaken while talking about Lindsey Graham. He's a tough one to lose. He was great. I just can't believe it. Now, there's another aspect to this, which is that Donald Trump knows that Iran would love to kill him if they were able to do it. He's talked about that a lot. Donald Trump has talked about his own mortality in the context of whether he's going to heaven or hell increasingly. And by the way, he's mostly saying he thinks it would probably be hell, or at least potentially. And he has also talked about the assassination attempts against him and has kind of said, listen, I got lucky, but you don't get lucky indefinitely. Yet it may not happening. It may not always happen that way. You know, I don't think that grief and considering your own mortality when a friend dies are completely normal reactions. And what's interesting about the report is that Trump has spent his public life constructing this image of invincibility, and that seems to have been penetrated. That seems to be breaking right now. The endless bragging about how strong he is and his stamina, he doesn't need much sleep, he's got perfect health. He has treated aging as like a weakness. If you're weak, you age, but I'm not weak, therefore I don't. And he talks about his cognitive tests as proof that he's a genius. And despite, by the way, having many signs of being impaired, he talks about his physical exams as demonstrating that his biological age is much younger than his actual chronological age of 80 years. But at the same time, we have this extraordinarily public situation where his evidence, the evidence that Trump is aging, is really tough to ignore.
You can't be serious. You can't be. We got to talk about someone getting old, the normal part of life. For real. When this dude Biden was president and falling asleep all over the place, is this what you was doing? How many videos did you have on him almost passing out while he was sucking on the mic? Like, today, what we want to do. Huh, Jello? Jello, did someone say something about Jello? No, it's not Jello time, Mr. Biden. It's crazy. Yeah, I bet you he wasn't really covering as much as he talked about this Trump thing. It's pretty nasty, dude. You got to move on. Something wrong with you.
What's wrong with you?
Maybe he secretly loves Trump. You never know.